Ready? Okay, you've kept it on the group again, Shay.
Yeah, I've announced it again on the group. Welcome, Chinwe. I think you have been leaving the house. Okay, so guys, my name is Emmanuel Babalola. You can call me Babs. You can call me MXD. Uh, I'm a trader on the exchange rate robots, and also a very strong crypto enthusiast. I've been trading for those of us that might not know, I've been trading for I think 2 years now. I've been using this software in particular since I think August last year. Okay, so I am very privileged to be the one actually having this meetup with you guys, and I assure you, it's gonna be worth your while. Chinwe, good evening. Can you hear me, Chinwe? Okay, she had bad connection there. Okay, so first of all, I wanted to start by asking to get responses from you guys. How many of you have actually traded cryptocurrency before? Um, so let's just have your experience. If you have traded crypto or you have done a form of trading, before, let me just know the kind of crowd so we can move as fast as possible. So let's start from Mr. Destiny. Destiny, you're up.
Um, well, I'm a total newbie when it comes to trading, actually. So I don't
Okay.
know. Next person.
Okay, cool. Toju, the trader.
Na lie you, Destiny no be newbie o. I know am o. I see the form on PT. Anyhow sha.
As in,
Me too.
yeah,
Me
total
yeah, well
newbie.
I've been the only thing I know is buy when the thing is red and sell when the thing is green. So
Okay,
besides that I don't really know much.
okay. Yemi, Yemi, what's up? Yemi is also a very strong trader on the exchange rates now. She.
you know, I'm trying my best. Let's just put it like that. I'll stay humble.
Okay,
But
cool. You guys are just humbling yourself. I don't understand though. Please.
yeah, well, we've not gotten anywhere now. You want
Okay.
something else to use? I mean, in fact, you don't need to the kaka that you hear like I need to talk and say this is and say we have no mouth. Just like small boys. But anyway, Sha, more seriously, the exchange robot has been like fantastic. It simplifies trade in a number of ways that I can't even start to explain. But basically, it gives you parameters that help you determine with facts and figures what trades to enter, and not just FOMO or all of that nonsense. Like following, not none of that like nonsense, like following people and then whatever they say, then you do. No, you deal with real data using the experience, and you can make informed decisions on the exact coins you want to buy and exactly the kind of strategy you want to implement and all of that good stuff. So yes, it's one
Yeah.
fantastic.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you very much. Enoch, you there? Can you speak from where you are?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, cool. So, your trading knowledge, if you have any at
But,
all.
well, when it comes to crypto trading, I'm a neophyte. I have no idea. I have no clue. So I'm clueless.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're going to start from the start then. Okay, so first of all, cryptocurrency, as we all know, started in 2009 with Bitcoin. Uh, there are a whole lot of lessons to learn around what cryptocurrencies are. But the art of trading has actually been around for a long time. It started via manual trading, where people use sheets to trade in the trading hall to when they started the electronic trading, and then came the normal technical analysis, which lasted for several years. A lot of people have different algorithms. Uh, there is the Wyckoff model. There are several other tools like Fibonacci retracement and some other tools that most exchanges actually have them as part of their charting tools. That you use to analyze the graphs and everything on the market. So
Hello?
there's actually been a whole lot of trading, mainstream trading called forex, and stock trading that has actually been what has been prevalent in the world. Cryptocurrency trading is a very very new kind of trading. There is a lot less information, so technical analysis doesn't really work 100%. In fact, I think most of the time technical analysis work, let's say 50-60% of the time, and that's because in this space there's a whole lot more volatility. You're not trading binary, you're not trading just a few currencies. You know it's it's way way more volatile. So the whole and TA doesn't really hold much ground here. In fact, most of what has been happening with crypto has actually been fundamental analysis, which is like the bedrock of trading. Fundamental analysis means you see people, you hear that, okay, there's this news coming up for this crypto, and you know that this news is actually going to push this crypto to new heights, and you just buy in and then you sell when it goes up. So fundamental analysis has actually been a very, very strong point for crypto traders, always being informed about the latest news on each of their coins. You have all the coins on CoinMarketCap. I'm sure most of us know coinmarketcap.com. Okay. All the coins here, at least almost all, they all have their social media handles where traders actually go and you see they follow the coins. So you see social, and then you can just follow Ethereum. You can follow all the coins you're holding to know, when the next big thing is happening, buy in, and make some profit. So that's actually what's been happening for a while. And so over time, even in the main forex markets, people came up with their own private trading algorithm. Okay, a whole lot of people have actually had successful private trading softwares that they use in their firms to trade and make a lot of profit. Okay, most of the time these softwares are not openly available to the whole market. Okay, now exchange rate robots is one of such um, privately created tools. It was the founder is Mr. Peter Moradayo. He's actually a Nigerian. You know, he's the CEO of Crypto Plus Certified, and he started this tool I think in 2016 thereabouts with the CMB 1.0. And after the CMB 1.0 was successful, he started CMB 2.0, which CMB means Coin Monitoring Board, by the way. Um, Started CMB 2.0, and then it just went on from there to become the exchange robot. Okay, they did the launching in Nigeria and in Dubai, and it's just been big afterwards. So if you notice, it started as a private kind of software before it now became like openly hosted and with all the whole publicity and everything. Okay, so this is actually something that has actually been tested for more than I think one year plus, and it's actually been working so far. Okay, so as I was telling people, and there's some people I saw the other day, I told them that trading has actually been TAFA. Now this software presents a new form of trading, one that I call the CMB trader. To be a CMB trader is synonymous to being an effective trader. Okay, meaning you don't wait for people to give you signals. You don't trade assuming you would make a profit. You are trading with so much confidence that when you say this coin would get up to 2% in the next few hours, you are sure it will. So you're not doing guesswork here. Okay. So in crypto trading, we've had like different forms. We have what they call arbitrary trading. Arbitrary trading is when you buy one coin in this exchange and sell in the other exchange at a higher price, right? So it's been difficult, trading cryptocurrencies, but this software is actually a game changer for many of us. Okay, so I'll just go through this presentation I have here for you guys. Let me just open it. Okay, desktop. Can we see my screen?
Yes, you can.
Awesome.
Yes, I can.
Okay, so the Coin Monitoring Board, CMB. It's the acronym for Coin Monitoring Board. I told you it was created by Crypto Plus Certified. Basically, what the tool helps us do is it helps us identify the best entry positions and also monitor our profits and also get out at the best exit positions. Okay, so it helps you identify trades and also enter at the best price and also exit that trade. Okay, now these are three very important things because the price at which you enter a trade is as important as the price at which you leave the trade. Okay, I'm sure I've told us before that if I buy something for 14 naira and I know this coin will get to 17 naira, right? I am so sure it will make a profit because I've seen the parameters. Okay, I've heard from somebody that to make a profit. Now, if I buy a coin at 14 naira per coin and someone else comes and buys that same coin after waiting just a few minutes after I bought the coin and he buys it at 30 naira per coin. Now, when I make a profit of 10%, let's say the coin gets to 60 naira or 50 naira, I've made a profit. I'm happy I've made a profit. But the next guy that bought it at a lower price has actually made more profit than I did. Why? Because he entered at a better price. Okay, so the CMB shows you the best price, best price actually you could enter a trade, and also at which you leave the trade. Okay, and it has basically two parameters: the FR and the PRR. Okay, I see some of us already have an idea what these are, so I'm not going to read through it. I'm going to just explain it in details for us. Okay, so now the FR means frugality ratio. It is used as a comparative. Okay, it has four parameters, right? The exchange trend, the market cap, liquidity, and 1 hour impact. Now, these four parameters make up the frugality ratio. And frugality ratio is measured in percentages. Okay, so each of these four parameters have a binary response. So it's either 1 or 0. In this case, it's either 0% or 25%. So if all the parameters, the four parameters are okay, note the word okay. If the four parameters are okay, then we have 100%. If only three are okay, they will have 75% like that. To if none are working, you have 0%. Okay. So that's what the frugality ratio is about. It's about a comparative of these four key parameters. Now, let's look at the parameters that make up the frugality ratio. First of all, is the exchange trend. The exchange trend is a measure of variance. Okay, it's a measure of the difference between the, the, the last bought and the last sold. Okay, now what does this mean? I explained to some persons before that the price at which you buy a coin or the price at which you want to buy a shirt is different from the price at which the seller wants to sell his shirt. So I might want to buy a shirt for 40 naira. That's my offer. But the seller would want to sell that shirt for 50 naira, right? So a trade is only occurs when my price meets the price of the seller, right? So let's go to Bittrex for an example. Now on Bittrex, if you look here, you see something called bid and ask. Many of us know what this means, but some of us might not know what this means. Now, the bid of a coin is how much the buyer is willing to pay, and the ask of a coin is how much the seller is willing to sell. So, most of the time, normally, buyers always want to pay less for value, and sellers always want to sell higher for profit, right? So you have that difference. Now, in the rare case where I want to pay you more for what you have, let's say you have this shirt that you're wearing, and I want to pay you 10K for that shirt, and you actually know that this shirt is actually 2,000 naira, and you even said you would sell it for 5,000 naira. So you wanted to tell me that this shirt is 5K, but I told you that this shirt is 10K. I want to pay 10K for the shirt. Will you tell me no? Don't sell for me. No, you won't say that. Okay. So what we see is that the buyer would always tend towards the seller's price. The seller determines how much the goods are. So if a seller, that's if the axe holds long enough, if everybody is insisting that the price of this thing is 15 naira, the buyers have to move their price up, right? So that's how it works. So if the buyers are pricing a coin higher than the value that the sellers want to sell, which rarely happens, it quickly comes down back to meet the price that the sellers want to sell. Hope you understand this up to this point. Are we here? Are we here? Are we here?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Toju, are you there? Okay. Enoch, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I can hear you. I muted my stuff.
Okay. Okay, cool. So let's go back to the presentation. Okay, so I was explaining what the exchange trend stood for. The exchange trend, as I said, shows you the difference between the last bought of a coin and the last sold of that coin. What that means is that if the difference between what the seller wants to sell and what the buyer wants to buy is high and is remaining high, what it means is that there is a good chance you make a profit there, because that price that the buyers want to buy has to move towards what the seller wants to sell. Okay, so this difference is what the exchange trend captures. So the higher the exchange trend, the better that coin is. Okay, now the next parameter is the market cap. The market capitalization of the coin monitoring board shows you the um, amount of fiat in terms of USD that is coming into a coin. So you see the CMB examines the current market cap of a coin and checks if there has been positive or negative change from its previous value. What that means is that if a coin has $1,000 inside of it and it increases from $1,000 to $1,300, the exchange trend will tell you, the market cap of exchange rate robot will tell you that this extra amount of dollars has entered into this coin in the past 1 hour. Okay, so every hour it analyzes and calculates how much has entered into that coin or how much has left that coin. Now, we know from the manual we sent to us that the price of a coin is determined by the market cap divided by the quantity. Price of a coin is market cap divided by quantity. What that means is that if new money come into a coin, the price will increase. Okay, that's why when the total market capitalization increases, the price of coins, that's the value of coins increases, right? Okay, so that's what market cap is. And then liquidity. Liquidity is a very interesting parameter. It shows you the measure of demand and supply of a particular coin within the past 1 hour. Meaning that every hour, CMB calculates for you how much buy orders, what's the quantity or what's the value being placed on the buy of that coin and what is being placed on the sell of that coin. So you see on the CMB buy 0.01022 BTC and you see sell this amount of BTC, you know. So it shows you if the buy is higher than the sell. Now, if the buy of a coin is higher than the sell, what does it mean? Is it a good thing or a bad thing? If more people want to buy your shoe right now, if more people want to buy your shoe right now, what will happen? It means you can increase the value of that shoe and say, okay, 10 people want to offer me 50K for this shoe. Okay, let me increase the price of this shoe to 60K. Who can still afford it? Someone will say, okay, give me, and you give that person. So when there are more buyers for a particular commodity, the price increases. Okay, that's how inflation happens. When there is too much money circulating for the same amount of value or quantity or goods, too much money for the same goods, the value will increase. Okay, so if there are more people buying than people that are selling, the price goes up. But if many people are selling a coin and there are less people buying, the price goes down. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks for that response. Okay, so 1 hour impacts now. The 1 hour impact of the exchange rate robot shows you the number of Bitcoin that has been added to the market cap of a coin in the past 1 hour. It is very similar to the market cap. Okay, it's a very similar parameter to the market cap, just that here it doesn't calculate the USD, it calculates the BTC. Okay, so this is a very, very important parameter. I've noticed that it helps me even identify pump and dump coins. You know, it's a very, very solid parameter. So that is it about the PRR, about the FR, frugality ratio. Those are the 4 parameters under frugality ratio. Now, this is the second part called the price relativity ratio. Okay, you see the PRR here. Now, there are 2 parameters that make up PRR. Unlike FR, that has 4 parameters. Here, we just have 2 parameters. And the first parameter is the currently perceived price. Now, the currently perceived price of a coin is the price of a coin on the exchange. Okay, it is the price of the coin on Bitrex, on Bitfinex, on Yobit. It is the price of the coin there. Now, this price is the lowest ask that the trader is willing to sell. Okay, the currently perceived price is picked from the lowest sell. So not the buy, but the sell. Okay, so I want you to notice there are 2 things. There is bid and there is ask. Bid is about the buyers, ask is about the sellers. So there is highest bid and lowest bid for the buyers, and there is highest ask and lowest ask for the sellers. Okay, now currently perceived price fix the value of the lowest ask of the sellers. I mean, this is the least a seller is willing to go at that point in time. Now, if that value is what is picked at the currently perceived price of the coin. Okay, so this is the value of Bitcoin on Bitrex. Let's go to Bitrex for instance. So see Bitrex, the value of Bitcoin right now on Bitrex is 8,000. Sorry, it's 8,308, right? Or 8,000, yeah, 8,308. Okay. Now let's look at the value on CoinMarketCap. $8,200, right, guys?
Yeah.
So you can see that there's actually a difference between what Bitchex is offering and what Exchange Robot is offering. Are we there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So now that difference is very, very important, and I'll explain why later. Let's go back to this.
Yeah.
Okay, so CPP, I told you, is the price of the coin on Bitrex on the exchange, right? Now, gap is very important. This is what I mentioned just earlier.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, please do.
You first talked about 4 parameters that
Okay.
are under one thing.
Under
And now you're talking about
frugality ratio. Yeah.
under frugality ratio, we have 4 parameters.
Yes.
Then we are talking about something else entirely now.
Yeah.
Which is under what?
Price relativity ratio, PRR. This one, PRR. Let me start
Under
again.
price
Relativity ratio. This one. So there are two things on the exchange rate that I want you to know. One is FR and one is PRR.
Okay.
Now the FR has 4 things under it.
Okay. Exchange
The
trade market
PR,
capitalization.
yeah. The PRR has just 2.
Okay.
Okay. So
okay, gap and CPP.
Yeah, gap and CPP. CPP is the currently perceived price of the coin in the exchange, and the gap is actually the true value of the coin at that point in time. So the value of the coin on CoinMarketCap is the gap. Now, this gap is not just picked from CoinMarketCap, but it is calculated by the software using the formula. The price is equal to the total market cap divided by quantity. Okay, so that formula to get the price is what gap uses. So if the gap comes to coin market cap here, and it divides this value by this value per time to get the correct value of this. There's an API for this that does that in the software. So the point is, this gap calculates the real value of the coin. So you can have a coin. I just showed you now how Bitcoin is like 8,285 here, and on Bitchex is already reading at 8,300 and something. Okay, so the price here is higher than the price on CoinMarketCap. Okay, so
yeah,
we'll get into the details of that shortly.
Okay.
Let me push this. Okay, let's go back. So now this has been explained. Now this one here is the PRR, right? Now the price relativity ratio is now the relativity between the 2 parameters. It picks the difference between the 2 parameters. I know many of us that did maths then in school, we did what we call percentage profits. Now, profit is different from percentage profit. You know, profit is selling price minus cost price, right?
yes.
Now, percentage profit is selling price minus cost price divided by cost price times 100%. So that's what
Yeah.
something like that. That's if I'm correct. So now I'm showing myself like this. Anyways, the point is, PRR here picks the gap as the generally accepted price. That's the one on CoinMarketCap, and does a minus on the one on the exchange. So it's CoinMarketCap minus exchange divided by CoinMarketCap divided by exchange times 100%. You understand? So this
Come
is
again.
that is the gap minus the currently perceived price divided by the currently perceived price times 100. What that means is to now show you the percentage difference between the price on Bittrex and on CoinMarketCap. So if the price of a coin on Bittrex is 5,000 and the price of the coin on CoinMarketCap is 6,000, what that means is that the percentage difference between 5,000 and 6,000, let's say it's 2%. Now that is what the software will tell you. To tell you that there is a 2% difference between the price on Bittrex and on CoinMarketCap. Hope you understood up to this point.
Yes.
Destiny.
And it's possible to have.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Okay. So
It's possible to have a negative PPR,
yes,
PRR, right?
Yes, it's possible. So like the one that is happening right now.
Hello?
Yeah, it's possible. The one that is even happening right now on the one that is happening right now on Bittrex. If you notice, here it's 8,300, right? But on CoinMarketCap it's 8,002 something. Let me refresh and see if that increased. See, it's still 8,002 something, right? So you see, this one is higher than this one, which means it's negative. Sure, you understand?
Okay.
So when the price on CoinMarketCap is higher than the exchange, then it is a positive PRR. But when the price on the exchange is higher than CoinMarketCap, it means it's a negative. To get a negative value, say it might be minus 1%, minus 0.5%, or
Okay.
see, you understand? So it's just like that. Okay. So I want us to just finish up with this slide so we could just look at the software itself. Okay. Now, after PRR, okay, I guess I liked, okay, I think this is also a very important parameter to share with you guys, the SI. Okay, why I like this because when I prepared this slide, there were just two parameters on the exchange rate, PRR and FR, right? Right now there are three parameters. This third one is what has actually proven to be one of the most powerful parameters here, and it's called the suitability index, SI. Okay, the SI is one very, very interesting parameter, and also I think the easiest to identify. Now the SI is just a simple formula. They say there's a pop-up that comes up when you carry your mouse over the liquidity. And when you do that, you see new, mid, and old. Now the formula is simple. The old must be greater than the mid, and the mid must be greater than the new. What that means is that the last value will be the biggest, the next one will be the second to the largest, and the first one will be the smallest. So it is going to be increasing downwards, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's how simple the parameter is. Okay. So you have three parameters, new, mid, old. These are very, very significant parameters. And once you have that the thing is actually ascending downwards, then you can now look at these three rules. There are three rules here that it has to obey. The first rule is that it's actually kind of like an advice anyways. The lower the new, the better. Okay, so you want the new to be as small as possible. If it's 0.1%, if it's 0.1, then that's fantastic. It has to be significantly smaller than the rest of the values. Okay, if it's significantly smaller than the rest of the values, it means it's a very good one. Sure, you get. Now the second part
please, can you come again? Oh? Please, what is significantly smaller? Oh, I was
look at
distracted.
this. Look at this now. You see,
okay, we are talking about
1.3. The new. I'm talking about the new.
Okay.
Now I'm introducing a third parameter right now, and this third parameter called SI has three things under it. The same way frugality ratio has 4 things under it. PRR
PRR.
has 2. This one has 3. And it's just 3 numbers.
Okay.
New, mid, old. The law is that it should be increasing downwards, meaning the last old, that's the old, should be the largest, the mid should be the second to the largest, and the first one, the new, should be the smallest, right? And now, once you have that in order, then you have to consider 3 things. The first thing you have to make sure of is that none of the values is 0. If any of them is 0, whether it's the new that is 0, you could be 0.1 or 0.01, but it must not be 0. If it is 0, then it's a no-no. Okay? Now, if no value can be 0, then you should be sure that the new can, if they say the new should not be 0, you should know that no other value should be 0. So if the new is the smallest and the new should not be 0, meaning if you see 0 at the old, it's bad. You see 0 in the middle, it's bad, right? Okay. Now, the second one is that no two figures should be the same. Okay, so you can't have 10, 10. You can't have no two figures should be, they should all be different values altogether. So each one should be different from the other, and it should be progressively increasing. Okay. Did we get that about the SI?
Yeah, but you said you are going to release a recording of this Zoomcast, right?
Yes, I will.
Okay. Because while you were talking, the network was kind of breaking. I don't really want to draw us back.
Okay, so I'll just come again. That there are 3 rules. The first one is that
My network has been bad since I'm seeing the sign like sign up.
yeah.
Don't worry, there will be a release of the video on YouTube.
Yeah, we can just download the YouTube stuff, because this thing is actually very interesting.
Just go on.
Okay, so the SI, as I said before, for the sake of clarity, is the simplest parameter ever. What you need to do is to look at the pop-up. You see 3 values. Now, you see the new, the mid, the old. Now, the law is simple. It should be increasing downwards, meaning the old should be the biggest value and the new should be the smallest value. Now, if that is set, then there are some things you should also note. You should note that no value must be 0. In fact, the new must not be 0. Now, if the new is 0, it means nothing should be 0. If the new cannot be 0, nothing should be 0. So if you see the old 0, it's wrong. If you see the mid 0, it's wrong. That's if you want to use SI to trade for that coin. Okay. So the second one is that no 2 values must be the same. No 2 values must be the same. So if you have 8.1 and 8.1, that's bad. Okay, no 2 values must be the same. It should be increasing downwards in a very clear form. Okay, just like this example you see here. You see 1.33, 8.77, 15.55, right? That's like a very interesting one. Okay, so now the exit strategy is as important as the entry strategy. Okay, everything we've shared with you guys right now, everything I've shared with you has actually been about how to enter a trade, what to see, how to look for this and this, right? Now, that is entry. To leave a trade, there are certain things you should have at the back of your mind as a trader here on the scene. That no trade is a permanent position. It can be lost at any time if another just takes that profit from you. So if you have a trade and it's reading 5%, and you say, let me wait for it to reach 50%, you might end up getting back to 0 and up to even a negative value, right? So that's where your strategy comes in. Okay, your strategy is very important as a trader. It means that before you enter a trade, if today you say, okay, I want to spend like 2 hours every day trading on the same, and you say, okay, that 2 hours you want to leave with at least 4-5%. Now, your strategy is very important, okay? And your strategy it involves your entry price, your targets, your exit. Now, your targets is basically the main thing, okay? It is how I would say, I made 5% though, I made 10% though. You understand? Now, the more you trade, you naturally get to understand how when you see some coins, you know that this coin can give me 4%, this coin can give me 5%, you know, that's from practice. But on the whole, at the back of your mind, you should have a plan. Okay. Most of the time, when I started out by taking very small profits. So I enter a trade, once it's 2%, I exit. I enter another one, 2%, I exit. So I could do that like 5, 6 times, and that's like 2 times 5 is like 10, right? So I have to go 5 times to make 10% a day. You understand? Sometimes right now I could just do that in like 2 trades or 1 trade. Okay, so it now depends on how you've mastered your strategy. That okay, you're not like okay, um, I'm going to go into this trade, and I'm going to, let's say I have 5 million naira I want to trade with. I'll split it into two. I mean, I'll be entering 2 trades per time. So if I enter this trade with 2.5, I enter this trade with 2.5. You know, maybe this one closes first at 2%. You enter another one again at to get your 2%. While this one is coming up, you can enter again. You know, so there should be a strategy around your trading. You don't just go and pack all your money in one trade. You understand?
Yeah.
And one of that important thing is to learn to take profit. A CMB trader must be able to separate seed from fruit. Okay, there is a seed, there's fruit. So you want to separate the two of them. Okay, so if you're trading with 1 million naira and you make 1.5 million, you don't want to trade with 1.5 million. No, you want to trade with 1 million naira. That 500k, you should carry it and go and buy a car with it if you want to. Okay, because it's a fruit, right? It's not a seed. So if you want to increase your capital, you have to now say, okay, let me increase my capital now. You know. So there are 4 fundamental principles you should trade with as a CMB trader. If you notice, I'm saying CMB trader because that's what you're learning right now. You're becoming a CMB trader. Now, the first thing you should have a hang on is this. The first rule is capital preservation. For no reason should you lose your capital. That's why with the CMB, it is possible to have no loss trading. Okay, so you are sure that your capital is preserved. That's the first one. Second one is profit realization. Okay, that's okay. I will make a profit. Okay, you're seeing 2%. Wow, you've realized the profit. The third is profit actualization. That is actually when you now cash out that profit, that 2% you've made for today. You carry it and put it in your bank account. Okay, you have to actualize profits. That's how you trade, right? And then the fourth one is capital appreciation. So you can now increase your capital if you want to. You understand? So those are like the 4 principles
Hello?
you should trade with. Yeah, we can hear you, please. You want to say something?
No.
Okay. So that just goes to show that there is more to trading than just placing trades. There has to be a plan, there has to be a strategy. Okay. So strategy, the entry, the exit. We have talked about this. Okay. Some of us have. How many of us have not signed up on the exchange rates?
I don't think I've signed up. Oh.
Okay. Check the charts. I just dropped a link on the charts.
Okay. Krypton chat.
No, not the chart on the group. The charts here on the
To be truthful, the sign up is giving me a
on
lot
the
of headache.
on the group charts.
Babs,
Yeah.
Bab,
It
Yeah.
says sign up
can you
to
hear
give
me?
my headache.
Talk to me. Talk to me. Who is speaking? Toju, what's up?
Nah, Destiny is the talk. It says sign up the giver ethic.
Destiny, how now? Oh yeah, now share your screen. Share your screen. Let's see. Are you using your phone or your PC? I think his network is bad.
Destiny, go and buy Smile. All these cheap network people are using.
I thought Toju, I thought you were the one that was having network issues today.
Once in a while, really. That one is village people, not be network issue self.
Makes sense.
Now when I pray,
Makes sense. Pay it forward. What's up, now? You are here.
they try to register the thing. No.
Pay it forward, Oga Marachi, a senior trader. Anyways, so we'll be getting our access cards to the software later tonight, latest tomorrow morning. It will be sent to our emails. The access cards will give us 1 month access to the software.
Babs.
Yes, talk to me.
Babs,
Yes, talk to me.
the access card, the one you gave me, are you giving out a new one or is still the same one?
Okay, yeah, I've given you yours already.
Okay, it's the same one.
You don't pay Yash.
No,
Sorry, I beg. I want to join and come back some more. If you guys can hear me, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I'm at the sign up stage right now, and the thing is this. Input your country. I'll be able to handle that. Input your city. It's not coming up. Your phone number is not coming up. Currency is not coming up. Nothing is coming up at all.
Nothing is coming up. Okay, can you share your screen?
Hello.
We can hear you. Can you share your screen with us?
Hello.
We can hear you.
Sorry.
Can you share your
Guy, the MTN they use. I swear. Now MTN they use.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Now MTN I use browser. Now MTN I
Person
use
call
browser.
you with that.
Now one chance you did so. Now
Person
one
call
chance.
am now. Why?
Person first called me the first time, but I don't tell everybody when they know the call. The thing we say the sign up not the work. That be the problem right now.
Okay, I
But
want you to share your screen with us so we'll see it.
Now phone that they use, so I don't know. Mama, put
Can you click on the link?
If you say
Yeah, we can see. Turn the
guys,
back camera.
Babs.
Yeah.
Now MTN use.
No, Swift now. Swift. I'm back to Lagos
Swift.
now. This is where network is.
Now Swift they use
voice now for them.
Yeah, I mean now MTN they use.
No, na enter like this.
And guy, Destiny, now you do yourself now. You go put yourself for one chance.
Okay, see, Destiny. Here's what we can do. Let me sign you up from here. Would that work? Or wait, just click on the link on your phone.
Babs,
Yeah.
can I sign up later? Like,
Yeah.
must I sign up now?
No. You don't have to sign up now. Destiny said he wants to sign up now.
Okay.
Hot. Okay, so Destiny, sign up with your phone. Share your screen of your phone. Share the screen of your phone.
That's MTN. When people are using network, people are still using MTN. You will be meet with. I go flag you now because it is.
Destiny, share your screen. Click on share on your screen.
If I flag yourself, you're not going to flag me back. You're not going to get network. I'll say the help you.
Yeah,
you know the yes,
MTN, Papa. We go hear him for the record.
Sign up from your place now.
I should sign him up from here, right?
Yeah, then you just send him the details so he can change his password later.
If you just share the password, give us more for money.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Let me see if I can open a private browser. I want to send me a chat. No, it's a drop the link. This is the guy drop link again. Yo,
Is there something like a referral bonus or something?
that's for mentors, though. But you can actually apply for it now. Yeah.
That's I didn't. I don't give you money now. You don't have my on top of my head.
No, it's when you start using the software that the subscriptions will actually come into you. That's this one now you're using is this. We're giving you an access card, right? That access card gives you the software for 1 month uh, for
Okay.
testing, and then 1 day live trading. And that 1 day live trading will happen on any day you choose in the last week of this class, right? On that 1 day, you sit down in your house and you trade, and let's see how you fare in the live environment, right? So
Okay.
it's afterwards that when you want to subscribe, and you know that's where we can now say we get a referral bonus. But I don't even till now they've not even fixed it. I've not gotten referral bonuses from anybody. I don't know why they've not paid out referrals to me anyway. But it's fine.
Oh, wait. Make I put like 20 million. We chop
No,
money.
the referrals come is from the subscription. Look at the subscription here. Let me show you.
Okay, not from my trading activity.
Not from the trading activity. Let me show you
Oh.
something. So settings and I think where is it? Okay, packages. So you see, now this is the subscription. You see 0.019. You know, for 30 days, single exchange. This one is for all the exchanges. You know, 0.028. You know, this one for 1 day, 0.001. That kind of thing. So you get. So when you do those
Yeah.
subscriptions, that's when. Now this is the one we are giving to you right now. Access to test mode for 30 days plus 1 day live active, right? Now, this one, you can't pay online for this one. Okay, only accredited centers have access codes. You know, it's a card, so you have to put the card there. So this is for academic purpose. This one is for people to learn.
Okay.
You know, instead of paying all these amounts to now spoiling your money.
The access code is it a general access code or
It's a
individual
scratch
access code?
Let me show you how it looks like.
Okay, the scratch card. Okay.
Enoch has his own scratch card
Okay, so
because it was you when I gave him his. Let me see. 1 minute.
Okay. Wow, this is not serious business. This so Destiny, how far now? MTN they do. You me just the trade. We the class, you the trade live. The guy glass, big boy. See your chest.
Why me for you?
Okay. Can we see me?
Yeah, we can see you.
So this is the card. I would say it will be shipped to you, but it cannot be shipped to you. We'll just scratch it and send to you. Yeah. Can we all see it?
Wait, I beg. Make a Cassiano.
You want to take the picture? Yeah.
Okay, I don't see.
Okay, so that's how it looks like. It looks like an ATM.
Wow, this is not serious business. So
I know what I said.
Yeah. So what will happen is Osas will scratch them and send to you guys tomorrow or this night. So yeah. Are we good? Destiny, have you been able to fix it?
you know they get you on MTN the worry life. So
In fact,
I hope say you go hear all the thing I talk when you watch the recording.
yeah, no. Wait,
chat.
He's even on the chat, sef. Yeah.
The guy is hearing loud.
They relegated him to the chat though. Anyways, so this is 1 hour already. I want us to be done in like the next 30 minutes. So let's come and see what's up here. Now, this is how the CMB looks like, guys. Many of us have seen this dashboard before, some of us have not. For those of us that have not, I hear, but talk, tall can take hear me. Told you I hear you. Okay, I've signed up. Congrats. No wahala. I dey try understand the English way this they speak, but I think I do understand it now. No wahala. Cool. Okay. So here we have it, the coin monitoring board. Now this is the board, right? And this is where you see your coins and current trades that you are on. Okay. So you have here those parameters I told you guys about. You see frugality ratio parameter, and you see price relativity ratio parameter. Now here we have 1, 2. Then you have the PRR itself here. And here you have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you have the FRR here. Remember what I said, guys. The FR is in percentages. So you see 0% because this one is minus. 0%. You see 25%. You see 0%, right? So because only this one is 25%, that's why it's just showing 25% score. Now this one is 50. What it means is that at least 2 of these parameters are true. So here, this one is true, and this one is true. Okay, like that. So what I want us to know for a fact now is this: while we are learning, please only stick to coins that have at least 3 parameters saying yes. So what that means is only trade with coins that are 75% and above for now. Okay, it means that once it's 75%, I don't say once it's 75%, just go and buy you. No, once it's 75%, it means you can actually now take a look at the coin. It means you can. It is okay to look at right now. So you get what I did here was simple. If you notice on each of these parameters, there are 2 arrows, one facing up and one facing down. Now, the parameters can be sorted in ascending or descending order. It means that I could actually come here and sort by exchange trend to see the coin with the highest exchange trend. The coin with the highest exchange trend means that this is the coin whose axe is significantly higher, whose last sold is significantly higher than the last bought. Okay, so that is what we have here. So then you can now start looking at other parameters like that, right? So I want us to realize this: we can sort either by ascending or descending. It's very important because you cannot trade here without sorting. You have to sort first so that you can actually see the coin, because this software shows you all the coins in the exchange. I think on BitChex there are over 100 and let me see. On BitChex there are over 100 and I think 60, 80, okay, 200. Wow. Okay, this is much. Okay, there are about 300 coins on BitChex. 288 coins on BitChex. Now, of all these coins, you can't be going through all of them one by one, right? So you want to sort to see the best options first. So it depends on what you want to trade with on that particular occasion. So if you want to trade with exchange trend, you can sort by exchange trend. If you want to trade with this, you can sort by this, like that. Are we together?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Look at this now, for instance. Let's say I want to sort by liquidity. I'm sorting by liquidity now, and on liquidity, okay, SI guys, SI. Look at this. You see this pop up here?
Yeah.
That's the SI. Okay.
The old and the mid are the same.
You see, okay. You see the old and the mid. That means this one is. If you're using SI to buy this coin, it means you shouldn't buy it, right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Because the SI is bad. That's if you want to trade with SI. But someone can come and say, okay, first of all, this coin has a very good exchange trend, and it also has a very good liquidity. This one here, I mean Dash. So Dash has a good liquidity and a good exchange trend. You know why the liquidity is good?
No.
Okay, what is liquidity? Liquidity is buy and sell. Now, when the buy is higher than the sell, it means the liquidity is good. That's just a simple thing. So
Okay, when the buy.
what the buy is higher than the sell. Right now, if you look at this buy and this sell, it is more than double. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay, so once it's more than double, then it's good. Like once it's more than double, it must be more than 1.5%. It must be like more than, sorry, I said 150%. So yeah, you understand?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So obviously, more people are buying Dash right now on BChex than there are people selling. But that's not just the thing you consider. You'd also look at all these many arrows you see everywhere here. Now, these arrows are very, very important too. Why? Because these arrows show you where the coin is going to. Now, right now, this arrow is telling us here that this coin has gone up 371 times in the past 1 hour, and it has gone down only 4 times.
4 times.
That's this parameter B, this B here has gone up
Wow.
this times and has gone. So every time this number changes, it counts. Once this number goes up, it counts here too. Do you understand? So you can tell if this is going up or is
Yeah.
coming down. Right now we are seeing here that this buy is actually increasing and this sell is reducing, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you look very closely, you see that this exchange trend here is also very okay. Why is it very okay? Look at it, 0.01, 001, that's like high, you know? And then I think the SI has actually, okay, the SI was good before, but it has actually turned bad, okay? But you can keep watching the SI. The SI, I want you guys to notice the SI also. You see this SI? This SI moves downwards. It's like it's scrolling downwards. It's scrolling downwards. Scrolling. Now, very soon, this 26 will come down and become the mid, and this 7 will come down and become the old. And then a new number, that's why it's called new. And then a new number will come up and replace that 26.
Okay.
Do we understand? So let's just
Okay.
watch it. Let's just watch it a little.
Okay.
Babs, can I ask a question?
Yeah. Go on.
Talking about it's like you said, the number of buy must be like twice the amount of sell, right?
Yeah, at least.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. For the liquidity to be good.
Okay. Okay. The buy must be higher than the sell.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So you wanted to just clarify that, right? 1 minute, guys. 1 minute.
So all of us with here now. No light for us.
Okay, they just keep to tell me they brought the lights. Okay.
Now they enjoy you.
Anyways, let it be
Now
there,
they
guys.
enjoy life.
Um. So now let me just go on and explain something here. As I said, I want us to notice some things. Okay. I said it will change, right? Just watch this SI, and let's see how this new here would change to the mid position, and then how it changes. I want us to also look at this PRR too, but we'll look at it later. This coin is already on profits, okay, from the last time from where we saw it. As assuming I bought it when I wanted to buy it. So now you see it is the sell is now increasing. Sure, you see more people are selling, and you can also see that exactly as I said, the 7.44 has come to the old, and then mid is now 26, and then a new number replaced new as 7.5. Did you just see that?
Yes, yeah,
Yes.
sorry.
Now let's still look at it again very closely. Now, if the next number that comes to this 7, that pushes 7 downwards, if the next number is smaller than 7, it means this coin is actually a very good buy right now. Okay, do you know why? Because the
No.
SI is consistently good. Okay, it was before we came here, it was arranged well. Okay, the mid was lower than this, it was lower like that. Then it changed and it scattered. Right, like right now, it's still scattered. And then now, if in the next few minutes it arranges again, and let's say 6 or 5 or 4 comes in as the next number, then you can buy Dash and make some money. Okay. Now, um, if you buy Dash and make some money, and you ask me, Babs, how did you know that Dash will make profit? I will tell you that I use the liquidity, the stability index, and the exchange trend to enter that trade. I did not use market cap because market cap obviously is negative right now. Money has left Dash, which means that the price on coin market cap has reduced, and even the PRI is negative, right? But what I'm using to enter the trade was liquidity, SI, and exchange trend. So you see how you can combine parameters, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Not all the parameters must be correct. It depends on what works for you. If you've tried it out before, like me, I've tried it out before. I've tried trading with exchange trade and this, like that. And so I know when a coin is like, okay, I'm very good. And if it works out that the next number is okay, what that will mean is that this coin can comfortably give us 2% minimum in like the next 3 hours. So just hold on for me for the next few minutes. Let me just go and do something. It depends on how you look for it. So right now I'm searching. Like there is no. Let's say you want to trade for. Let's say you want to trade for 3 hours. You might use like 1 hour, and all you bought was just 2 coins in like 1 hour, because you're watching, you're looking at what's happening, and you're trying to get the best 2 coins to buy at that point. So this is me now searching the whole of Bitrex.
Babs.
Yeah.
Is it possible that you might search and you won't see any coin that is close to the parameter you're looking for at that instance?
It is possible that at a particular time you don't see any coin to buy. All you do is just hold on for a few more minutes, check again, and see what's happening.
Okay.
So right now, there are several parameters that I'm seeing. Like this one is okay, exchange trend is fine, market cap is fine. But SI here, SI is not okay. Liquidity is not okay. If I want to buy this coin, I can't buy this coin for any reason. Why? Because this is not good. Liquidity, very important, is not good. And market cap is just very small money that entered, you know. And then the PRR is now negative again. So you get now a coin I would even.
Okay, wait. That. Sorry. Go on.
So the PRR is now negative again. So if I want to even enter a trade, I can come here and consider OMG. Okay, I can say, okay, OMG has like 3.6%. You know, it's high a little. And but the liquidity is having issues. But the SI seems to be fine. You know. And then a lot of money entered this coin recently. So OMG is actually looking like a good buy right now. But I want to hold on because I know this PRR will still increase again. Let me see OMG. So I'm waiting for this SI to change again, and I'm also waiting for this PRR to hit like 4%. Okay, so I could just write down OMG on my trader notes. And then, you know.
Okay, wait, that's sorry, the PRR now.
Yeah.
You know, I went off at some point, so maybe I did not get you explaining. Is it like it has to be above a certain percent, like 5%, negative or positive?
It doesn't, you know, the PRR has to be, if you want to use PRR to trade, like I could buy a coin with a negative PRR, maybe because I saw something else, right? Negative PRR simply means that the price of the coin in the exchange is higher than the coin market cap, you know? It doesn't mean it's bad, okay? Because of other parameters that you will see, it might mean that that price will continue to go even higher, you know, than what the coin market cap is saying, because of certain things that are happening inside BitChex. If someone can come and pump a coin in BitChex, and it's only BitChex that the coin is very high and every other place is low, right?
You know? Okay. Yeah. So in other words, you can use this PRR for what's it called again? That type of trading. You buy it in one exchange, then sell it in another exchange.
Exactly.
You can use that for that.
So PRR is like, okay, the price here is this. So you know that this coin, wow, BitChex is still low, but this price, the coin on coin market cap is high. You just take it to BitChex, or we just buy the coin on BitChex and wait for it, because the price on BitChex will always tend towards the one on coin market cap. You know, so if you see 3%, it means that wow, okay, you can just make an easy 3% profit here.
Okay.
You know, so I told you this will enter 4, right?
4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how did I know? Because this what do you call it? SI is now okay. Okay, but how did I know it to go to 4? Because this what they call it? Sellers are still higher than buyers. You know. So now this software will now even recommend the price for me now. It's saying I should buy at 140,016. 140,116 Satoshi. Right now the price is at 100. Right now the price is at 141. So I could come and put a buy order at the recommended price the software gave me, which is lower than this price. Say 114,100. What did it say, Seth? 141.
116.
So I could come and say 140.
116. 140, 116.
Yeah, I could say 140. I could even say 216 or 290, just so that I don't overdo it. You know, so I could say, okay, I want to put in. You could put in naira, you could put BTC. It converts for you. So I could say I want to put in 200K here, and buy, and here buy.
Wait. What's this exit strategy? Sorry.
Now the exit strategy is simply okay. Let me just write it again. 40. No need of it. So let's just see. Now, once you buy a coin, it asks you for exit. How much do you want the coin to get to for it to sell? You understand?
Automatically.
Yeah, it sells automatically. It's just you have to be on live mode for it to do that. So there's smart selling also.
Okay, no problem.
So this target now, I'm saying, okay, when you get to 3%,
Okay.
sell for me. So you could change it to 2%
2% increase.
Yeah. So now this is my target price here. This is 3% of that amount. Right now, this coin has not been bought. If you can see here, you can see this coin has not been bought, right?
Okay.
See buy order.
Okay.
Buy order. A buy order is an open order. It means it has not been executed yet. It means the coin has not gotten to the price you want to buy at. Okay. So when you say the coin is saying 141.85, me I went to put 140, one something, so it has not gotten to my price yet, and that's why it is not bought yet. Okay, so once it gets to that price, it will buy. Right now, as I initiated this trade here, it has already been initiated in my exchange. You understand? So anything you do here happens in your exchange. So that buy order has been created for you, and it's waiting for the price to. Once it meets, it will just appear here also that it has been bought. And it will tell you to hold or to sell. Okay. So
Okay.
we bought OMG. We'll keep watching OMG and see for it to buy. Once it buys, and then it will enter the profit. Sorry. Okay, so what else? Wow, this market is just very nice.
Babs.
Yeah.
Again. Still at 3.75 again. Babs, I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, good. How do you connect the exchange to your interest or your Binance or something?
Okay, now once you go to your Bittrex, can we hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Someone.
Let me mute everyone.
Babs, please mute everyone.
Okay. So you can unmute yourself when you want to speak. Wow, BTC is fantastic. Okay, guys. So how do you connect your exchange to the exchange rate? Now, every exchange, or should I say most exchanges, have what we call API keys. Now, your API keys you can connect to different places. Okay. There are copy traders, there's Coinigy, there are different places, that you can put your API keys on, that you can control your exchange from that place. So you don't have to log into your exchange to place a trade. You can just place a trade directly from wherever. Okay. Now, exchange rate also affords you that opportunity. You can actually connect exchanges to your exchange. Okay. Now, this is where you put it inside here. As you can see, students, you see manage account. You can connect different accounts. Just the list to drop down here, different exchanges. This is Bittrex. You can add Bitfinex and all that. Okay, so manage all accounts. So you can see this is the one. This is the only account here. So I can edit this account. You can select the exchange, right? You could put your the account name. You could name it Doju or whatever name here. Then your API key and then your API secret. Okay, now how do you get your API key and your API secret before you save it? Everything is in your exchange. When you come to settings, I actually had given us it's actually in that PDF file I shared with the group. So just in case you want to do it after now, once you come here, you see API keys here. So you can actually create a new API keys. First of all, what you do is you add a new key, and then you set some of the things here you want to set. So first of all, you want this particular key you want to generate to be able to read the info on this your account. You want it to be able to set trade limits. You want it to be able to trade. And this one is very important. Most times you don't want to turn on this one because you don't want people to be able to withdraw your money from outside your exchange, except you really trust that source. Okay, so most times you want to leave this off, and then you put your Google Authenticator here, and then you update, and it will give you two things. It will give you the key, and it will give you the secret. Now those things only appear once. After you click it, only the key will be showing. After then, the secret will not show again. So you copy it and save it in a safe place. So you can use it on you can just copy it and paste. You paste the key, you paste the secret. Okay. So it's as simple as that. Any other question? Please, you can unmute yourself and ask your question, if any.
Babs, please.
Yeah.
Network at my end is acting funny, so I missed some of the things you said. You said you upload this video on YouTube, right?
Yes, it will be on a private channel on YouTube. I will share with us in the group chats.
Okay. Okay. No problem.
Okay, you
Yeah,
share the link with us.
yeah, I will share the link with you.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Okay, so I think we've actually covered a lot of grounds today. I will keep sharing a lot of materials with us. I hope we actually make some time out to just go through them, because the more informed we are, the better decisions we make as traders. So the PDF files that were given to you, please look at them. The previous video link I shared with you, please look at it. I'll still share some more video links of the past class and this class also, so you can keep getting different ways I explained it, so you'd understand it better. Okay, it's a whole lot of work, and there are two things that are involved in this software or in trading generally. There's you learning, and then there's your experience. That's when you practice. Okay, when you hear someone is an experienced trader, okay, it means the person trades, he knows how to trade. Everybody knows you can learn how to trade in a day. You just learn, okay, what these parameters are, okay, what does it mean for you, something to be getting the breaking point and all those things. It's easy to learn. But the practice, losing, gaining, learning and mastering your own strategy, That's what makes you a better trader. Okay, so keep at this. Once you learn this skill, it never leaves you. That's just the thing. It never leaves you. You could make some money off. You could just you have some extra money that'll be with you for a while. You could just take it to an exchange and just play around with it. Make some extra money from that, and that's being a trader is very interesting actually. It's very, very interesting. You make money with money. It's like and I believe everybody should actually, every educated youth should actually be able to trade. Okay, because it's something that it is not for a few persons anymore. Okay, it's like decentralization. It's been disrupted. Formerly, only forex traders they were allowed to trade. This software I'm showing you right now costs like 100K to learn here in Lagos. At this company. But our goal is to take it mainstream for everybody to trade. Last set we charged, I think, about $200 or $150 thereabout. We did it for less. We're hoping to do it for lesser next time, just to make sure that this word gets out there. More people start trading, because it's actually like giving you the keys to be able to produce money with money. And I believe it's really going to help all of us become better money making machines. Okay, so thank you guys for this time.
Thank you.
If there's any question you could ask before we call it a night. This is up to 2 hours, right? Okay, cool. So
Babs, thank you very much for taking your time to.
Thank you very
Hello,
much.
Babs, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Please.
Nah, see, Babs, see this thing, eh?
Talk to me, sir.
You two of us go wait in trousers on top this matter.
Talk to me. I am 100% with you, sir. We are in the matter together. Please, you can follow me on Steam at MXD. I'm starting the trading channel tomorrow, actually. Tomorrow evening. Signals.
Okay.
We would actually be trading like this. And then, we'll make some trades, some actual trades. But I will not be teaching people in that place, so I'll just be trading, just for them to make money. And then that will be all, sure. It's going to be very interesting anyways. So thanks, guys. I really appreciate you for joining.
Where's Sam Sticks?
Sam Sticks is actually in church right now, but I'm not in Uyo. I left Uyo day before yesterday, so he went to church.
Oh yeah, that's true.
He told me he went to church. I had to come back to Lagos for this academy so that I will have good internet.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you guys very much. And I don't want to.
I'll leave this town.
You need to leave the town. Location is important in trading, though. Except you have good internet where you are, sure. But internet is very, very fundamental.
MTN is the best, yeah. It's part of.
Where that man to Jukaka?
He don't mute himself.
Okay, Babs.
Okay, guys.
Thank you very, very much. Not too much. You try.
Destiny,
I learned a lot.
I'm still going to. We are supposed to talk about one meetup like that in Abuja later on.
How far?
No wahala. I'll chat you up about that one later.
Yes, boss.
Enoch, your house is fine, no?
Okay, now.
Unlike some of us.
not what you have. They do that.
No wahala now.
Okay, now.
Yeah, thanks,
thank
guys.
you very much.
Cheers, guys.
I don't go walk.
Okay, now bye bye.